Keen or what, Loggy?
Okay. Go catch some lobs.
Keen to go catch some lobs.
Make some money.
Make some money. Yeah. This will sort of be the last trip we have for 2 or 3 weeks. So once we get this one done, the money's got to last. So this trip needs to be something. We've got to make something out of it for the short period we have. The beach prices are up. Everything's looking pretty good for the market. It's just we don't have time to catch them. So a bit of a disappointment, but we'll see what we can do with it. What do you reckon? How do you reckon we're going to go, Lockie, in 6-7 days? 6 days. 6 days, really?
I don't know how we're going to go.
Guests. It's guest time.
Yes.
Half a ton?
Half a ton, not double that. A ton would be nice.
A ton?
1 ton would be nice. We've had some good fishing as of late. We're going back to a similar area. Not the exact same area, but close. And hopefully we find some.
Hopefully we find some. Look out. So for anyone that's new here, my name's Bryce. I'm the skipper. My father owns this boat. I'm a 3rd generation fisherman. Lockie, he's my deckhand. He's been here for a bit over 3 years now, I think. And we fish for Southern Rock Lobster in Tasmania. And we've been doing it for sort of 4 years, 5 years, on and off. I've done it most of my life, but only recently decided to start fishing. So otherwise, we're just cruising. We're learning the ropes. We're getting used to things, and we have a lot of fun along the way. So we enjoy it. It's different. It's not your normal job. It's a lot tougher than people think, but at the same time, it's bloody awesome. We cannot complain, that's for sure. So we'll give Lockie a bit of an introduction soon. We'll just see how it all goes. Again, this is our first video on YouTube, so I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to throw it together. We're just gonna go with the flow, take some videos, have some fun, show you some lobsters, show you what we do, and we're just gonna. In Margate, we have a big list of things to do. There's a heap of stuff we've got to get done. We've had like, oh god, you got to make sure you got fuel, bait, food, all your groceries. Make sure all your equipment's on here. We got enough pots, and we got enough ropes, and we got all that sort of stuff. Like, there's a big list. We got to do maintenance on the engine. Make sure your gen set's up to date, everything like that. But at the same time, you got to try and spend time with your family. So it's important for us to make sure we're on top of all that stuff, and our maintenance and all our schedules are up to date. And Lockie and I worked that out pretty well. Just, I don't know, we're about an hour and a half away from port. Margate, that's where we leave from. So Lockie's still got his things out on deck here. He likes to have a coffee, some biscuits, chill out, just get into the rhythm of things. So in another 2 hours time, we'll be right down where we roughly want to be. We're going to put our stabilizer arm out, so just behind me here. I'll show you how we do that later when we start actually doing it. Still got the bait on the deck. We will get that up, open it up, start chopping that all up. Well, Lockie will. I've got some things to do inside. I've got to look at getting dinner, figure out what's for dinner for starters. Our live tank here holds about 13 tonne of salt water. So that's circulating now. I'm just making sure all the systems are working. We've got 36 pots up this side, and then the rest up here to make the 52. We've got our different size lines. Each line bin's got different size lines in it. And tonight we're probably going to shoot on what we call 25 fathom lines, and maybe some 50 fathom lines depending. We'll see what happens. So we've got a few different things that are on this boat that some other boats tend to sort of maybe not use. But we've got a research pot here. So our research pots are given to us by IMAS here in Tassie. We get to use these pots on behalf of IMAS. So they're free pots, as long as we do some research which helps our industry and understands how many fish, the lobsters we're seeing, undersized lobsters, just things like that, growth rates. So there's 2 of these on the boat, and we'll always use them. We just write down the information as we need to, and we send it off to them, which helps them out. So other than that, we're pretty well just cruising along. There's not a lot going on out here. Yeah, we stole away all our fenders and our tie-up lines and things like that. Go over the gear just before we leave Margate anyway, just to make sure it's all here and everything's in good working order. Check the anchor winch and all the chain and the anchor. But, yeah, beautiful end of Tasmania. So I sleep up in the wheelhouse. Lockie sleeps down here in what we call the forecastle. Now Lockie's down there. He's moved his stuff off deck. So we'll show you what's down there. Let's go. Hey Lockie, want to show them your room, mate? We're going down no matter what. She's already rolling for you.
Well, this is my bedroom. It's not much to it. A couple beds. My unmade bed. I usually throw my bags and stuff just around there. That's an alarm. It's hidden with a tower from him. But yeah, that's the bedroom. Back to Bryce.
Yeah. It's not bad. Lockie enjoys sleeping down there, don't you?
Yeah, good.
So it's beautiful. Beautiful. You are going, you can talk to it, you can tell it what you're doing, talk about the bait.
I want to get him with this knife. I want to go. I want to stab him. What? Do you want to? I'm not talking about you.
Then I'll film. We are heading to the bottom end of Bruni. Lockie's just started doing his work. He's baiting the gear now, so we will fill up a couple of boxes of bait and then he'll put it into bait savers and that sort of thing. But he's currently chopping up some pretty thick salmon. So most of our bait's from New Zealand.
This salmon is
still nice and frozen. We got it out last night at about 7 o'clock. Nice and thick. Beautiful. That's what we want. So fresh bait equals more lobster. More lobster equals happy Bryce and happy Lockie. And more lobster means more money. And more money means happy Lockie. So we really want a happy Lockie. So we'll just keep on truck. What have we got here?
Here we have some blue mackerel. A bit easier to cut than the salmon.
The blue mackerel's New Zealand bait as well. I think nearly all our bait is from New Zealand, so it's good. It's fresh. Very rarely do we have any bait problems. So it's good stuff. body's starting to get a bit seasick already. Now, I've always struggled with seasickness nearly my entire life, and I've often found that nothing really helps it. It just seems to be situational. It's a bit bizarre. So I found that if I haven't been at sea for a while, I get seasick normally the first time I go back. But I was only at sea like a week ago, so I'm not really sure why I'm unwell now. I just feel a little bit queasy, you know, I look a bit pale, but I'm just used to it now, it just happens. 5 days, maybe a week, I'll go back to sea, I'm seasick. Sometimes I can go to sea 3-4 times, 3 trips in a row, I don't have a problem. So, it's weird. And today, it's bloody classy as. Like, you wouldn't want to be a sailboat today. It makes no sense. I've got a funny feeling it's got a bit to do with the vibrations of the boat, all that sort of stuff. I'm not sure, so we'll just see what happens. What's the other bait here, Lockie?
Frozen solid, that's what it is.
Frozen solid. Runaway bait. Get in the bin. You get shown up by a couple of heads, mate. So this bait here is cooter. So it's New Zealand caught cooter. So we've got cooter, blue mackerel, salmon. That's what we use. We'll go through a fair few boxes a day, anything from 4 to 6 boxes. At about $3.30, I think it averages out a kilo. It's not cheap. You can go through 1.5 tons in a trip or sort of thing, just depending what happens. It's good if you can catch a lot of lobsters, and a lot of bait is left inside of our bait savers. So our bait savers are over here. This is what we load up with our bait, and they go inside the pots, and we'll show you that soon. That's coming up next. Lockie's now up to job number 10, and it is make the bait savers. Pretty simple.
One head. We call this the soft bait. One piece of soft bait. Stack it in the bin.
Stack it in the bin. You're definitely overpaid for this part of your job, mate.
No.
You're not overpaid for this part?
Overworked and underpaid.
You need a PhD to do this. 1 + 1. 1 hard, 1 soft.
1 hard. 1 soft.
Wow. So while Lockie's doing some work out there, it's now my turn to do some work. So what I now need to do is figure out what we're doing tonight. Basically, I need to work out where we're going to shoot, what the swell's doing, what the weather's doing tonight, tomorrow morning, work out the best option. In doing that as well, I need to work out a good depth that we're probably going to shoot in, what's not too close to shore, because I think the swell's still up tonight. It has dropped over the last 2 days. So we've just got a whole bunch of little things to work out. Look at some marks, look at the GPS stuff here, see what we're doing, what depth lines. I've got a rough idea, so it's an area we always work. We know it all right. So we're going to go for some red lobsters tonight. So tomorrow morning when we haul the gear for the first pull, it should be nice red lobster. So we'll be happy. They're fetching a good $1 at the moment. So that's the plan anyway. We'll work it out, see what happens from there. Lockie's nearly done. How many you got left, boy?
1.5.
1.5. He's got 1.5 left. So we're just coming past like Mangana Bluff on our way down to Boral Head. So we'll get down here and start shooting them in, I guess. Get it sorted. I'll start doing some work.
Last one.
Last one. You got this, Lockie? Overworked and underpaid, mate.
Yeah.
You can do it. We'll just wait for you. It's all good. It's working. Now you're working. That's how you earn your money. 2 blokes, 1 pop. 2 pops, 1 pop. Yeah, sweet as. Sweet as. Now it's time to clean up, get rid of the mess, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Shot the first half in. Pretty quick. First half, the area we're shooting's pretty simple. Like, can't really stuff up. But the next half, we're just going to take. I think there's 23 left. We're going to take them along the next shoreline and bring them across. But turns out, Lockie's injured his back doing some weights, and it's been very sore all week, and he's kept it quiet from me. I noticed when he was lifting one of the pots, he was pulling faces, and he doesn't normally pull faces unless it's like 40-50 kilo. So I asked him what's wrong, and it turns out he's hurt his back and it's been sore all week. So now we have a new thing to deal with. So we'll see what happens here. Because if his back doesn't get better, no deckhand means no earnings. So we'll have to see what happens. But in the meantime, get this next half in and we'll see what happens.
Last pot. Then I've got to clean the deck. Make it a nice clean deck. Lovely evening. Be even better if I hurry up and press the horn. I was saying.
How'd that go?
Pot's been nice and easy. Cut. And action. That was good. Pot's went in nice and easy. Starting to cool off a bit. Sun's going down. Muskie nearly did a time.
dropped anchor. It is now time to get some bait out. Lockie's given the decks a nice scrub. All nice and clean. So now we'll get the bait out. Take the bung. Got a nice big bung. And that's the freezer. Pretty good. Pretty good. Very nice. Oh, busy afternoon. Plenty of things going on. Videos weren't on our mind at the end of the day, so after we get the bait out, Lockie puts it out on the deck. He opens up the boxes just so I can defrost a bit quicker tonight. I've been editing this video for about 3.5 hours, so I'm up to this. Add this segment to it. That's done. Part 1 of 2 for the first part of this YouTube series, and then I'll have to snip a bunch out, add it to TikTok and do things like that. In the morning, we're going to be live on TikTok as well as trying to vlog and do all this at the same time. So bear with us with everything. I'm learning. We're getting used to it. We're just having fun. We're trying to share what we do, what we're about, and yeah, see what happens with it all. But for now, I'm off to bed. Lockie's already got 3 hours sleep on me. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, just like, do anything, just watch the video. We appreciate everything that anyone does for us. Yeah, can't thank you enough. Thank you. Have a good night.